A change could be coming in Miami with the Dolphins. Head coach Mike McDaniel says, well, right now it's kind of up in the air on who's going to play quarterback in Week 16.
The quarterback play last night was not good enough, and so for me, everything's on the table.
The quarterback play last night was via Tua Tagovailoa of the Dolphins, who did throw for 253 yards and 2 touchdowns and an interception. McDaniel saying, though, again, the play was not good enough. McDaniel did say safety Minkah Fitzpatrick is week to week with a calf injury. They've got the Bengals in Week 16 on Sunday. Rams have the Seahawks in a Thursday night tilt in Seattle. Rams head coach Sean McVay said today that wide receiver Devontae Adams could be a game-time decision because of his hamstring injury. Curt Cignetti of Indiana is your Associated Press College Football Coach of the Year, winning the award for the second straight season. Former Alabama head coach Nick Saban has purchased a minority share of the Nashville Predators. I'm Dan Beyer.
Yo! Happy holidays!
It's the holiday season.
Holiday season.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Covino and Rich,
Yo.
Fox Sports Radio. Hope you had a Steelers sort of Monday night.
Yeah, buddy.
Hope you woke up feeling spry like Aaron Rodgers. 224 yards.
Not bad.
2 tutties. He's the oldest looking 41-year-old I've ever seen. But props to him, man. Nice win yesterday.
To quote the Sandman in the Hanukkah song, not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all, but come on. Keep it real. Don't get all crazy on the Steelers. They beat the Dolphins. Whoopity-doo.
Relax.
Covino and Rich, and we be rocking that. Let's go.
All right, we're going to get to a lot of NFL today. Rodgers! What team could possibly win a Super Bowl this year just based simply on everyone else being injured? Because injuries are playing such a major role in this NFL season. And that's not saying this NFL season's bad. In fact, it's one of the most exciting NFL seasons in recent times. It's just a matter of, are some teams being given a window simply based on their health?
Yeah, health
Because
is wealth.
health
more
is
than
wealth,
ever.
but health is wealth is also more monumental than ever before when you take a look around the league. So we'll talk a lot of NFL. I have a fight night etiquette question, and also a Christmas present etiquette questions. A couple questions of etiquette today. Since
It is the holiday season.
and nothing says etiquette like Steve Covino.
Yeah, we got all the answers here on Fox Sports Radio. So we also have prizes to give away. Perfect stocking stuffer. We're going to do some Whack Diesel, Shaq Diesel, multiple choice trivia. We do that on Tuesdays, giving away Nerf footballs. But first and first, mostly, hope you're having a great Tuesday, holiday season. Let's welcome super producer Danny G.
Hey.
Danny G's on the phones, 877-99 on Fox. And, of course, we're all at Covino and Rich on social media. Iowa Samuel.
Yo,
How do?
Sammy.
I love that Sam wears his curly little elf shoes around the holidays.
It's adorable.
So festive. I love that you get into the spirit.
Thank you.
Spot on the video. You could see what you hear. Watch what you
I don't
hear.
think it's necessary for Sam to sit on Danny G's lap, though.
That is weird.
I don't think that's necessary. But, hey, we got Dan Beyer here. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to dive right into health is wealth, NFL season. Here we are, Week 16.
Yeah. I think more than ever, Rich, more than ever, you could noticeably see how health is the biggest part of a successful team in the NFL this season. It's so important to getting ahead. If you have your health, more than ever before, health is always a priority, but more than ever before, that's what's opening the window the widest for you this NFL season because of the significant injuries that we're seeing. So, in other words, if you have the healthiest squad out there, you have the greatest chances to win. And who does that benefit the most? I think I have the number one answer on the board.
We've always seen health play a factor in sports, but for some reason, there's certain teams you look at, and I said to, Mike, who runs this place,
Yeah.
I said, look at my 49ers.
Who?
They
49ers.
They win out.
Oh, Mike. Yeah, Mike.
If this team wins out, and Dan Byer's Seahawks take care of the Rams this Thursday, the Niners could be the 1 seed.
Niners is a good answer, but I think there's a better answer as far as who health benefits the most.
I'm saying benefits? I'm saying you could do all the what-ifs of imagine this Niners team who's somehow hanging in there. Imagine Bosa and Fred Warner hadn't been injured. This team would be a Super Bowl favorite. But then Mike said, if butts and – what do you say here? Hold on. If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
We'd all be having a feast.
And then he said, then he also said, if my aunt had nuts, she'd be my aunt, my uncle.
There you
my
go.
aunt had. Anyway.
Yeah, but that's what I don't like about your.
Fool me once.
Yeah,
Shame on you.
Rich's theory's lame, though, I think.
Fool me once.
Hey, imagine if Bosa didn't get hurt. You could say that about almost every team in the NFL.
I'm just saying there's some that benefit more, and it's shocking that some are hanging in there. But I think the guy that I look through the glass at every day, the best update guy on planet Earth, Dan Byer, Seahawks, knock on wood, if they stay healthy, they're a team that could surprise everyone. And I'm not saying they're not the best. It's just key players are in the lineup. They are playing. So many other teams have notable dudes. Like the Packers, everyone was so high on the Packers. Did you see the injury list that came out of last game on the Green Bay Packers?
I mean, not only the last game, this entire
It's like
weekend.
as long as like Santa's list. It's ridiculous. What's
this
up,
entire
DB?
weekend was flooded with injuries.
So they lost Micah Parsons, we know.
Yep.
Josh Jacobs has been dealing with a sore knee, kind of popped up again after the Bears win 2 weeks ago. He didn't practice much last week, but still ended up playing. Christian Watson was seen on the turf. Yeah, I mean,
talking about a lot of key players. Boom, bam, boom,
yeah.
boom. Your team, has stayed relatively healthy, and they're so under the radar that the Seahawks could end up being the 1 seed and have everything go through the Pacific Northwest, and it would be like, wait a minute, what? The Seahawks?
I don't want to put anything out into the universe, but I think that another key thing about the Seahawks is there are players who are better than others on defense, but they had some injuries in the secondary this year. Now, that may be normal stuff, I think, as Covino was saying, everybody deals with injuries, which I totally agree, but they're so based, their defense is such a team effort sort of thing that they can absorb some of the losses. Like Ernest Jones missed a couple of games, but that wasn't necessarily missing. Maybe it's different on the offensive side of the ball. We talked about Charles Cross, but the left tackle maybe being in jeopardy of missing Thursday's game. But I think for the way that their team is constructed, that they're able to maybe navigate if they were to miss certain pieces.
So basically what we're saying is, ifs and buts. If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, we'd all be having a feast. This is the most evident season where health is wealth, where the healthiest team is the wealthiest team. Whoever has the most health heading into the playoffs probably has the greater advantage. It's more visible, more noticeable than ever before.
Just the phrase health is wealth is something you hear a lot, but I'll be honest, the minute you turn 40.
in life, but especially this season in the NFL.
The minute you turn 40, you look around at your parents, your friends, people you know as we all get older.
Oh, we take it for granted.
You realize when you're 20-something, you feel like an invincible little jerk, to be honest. Like you're walking around like nothing could go wrong. You hit your 40s, mortality and thoughts and injuries and all these things are more visibly in your face. And in sports this year, I feel like NBA, you're seeing it, but the NFL this season, my goodness.
Yep, the healthiest is the wealthiest.
Like even one of the most key elements of this Thursday's crucial Seahawks-Rams game is, hey, is Devontae Adams going to play?
Mm-hmm.
So you could play all the what-ifs if you want, Rich, right? All the what-ifs. Well, what if Mahomes had a better season and better protection?
Yeah, but the thing
you
is,
do all the what ifs.
No,
What
but
if he didn't get hurt?
Those are what ifs based on like if they did better. There are teams that injuries, like the Buffalo Bills.
Well, I'm glad you said that because pause.
All right.
They by far. I know you're going to say your Niners. You could say Dan Seahawks. I think by far it's the Bills that benefit the most. You got the Bengals. Joe Burrow's been banged up all year, so count out the Bengals. Count out the Chiefs. The Ravens stink. The Steelers are average. This is the Bills' window to finally do it. This is their season, and this is their chance to win. And if they don't, then they're the weakest. Honestly, this is the Bills' greatest opportunity to benefit on healthiest being the wealthiest and cashing in on a relatively healthy team led by Josh Allen, even though he was barfing at the end of the game, this past game, based on the fact that the Chiefs have dealt with injuries, the Bengals have dealt with injuries. The Steelers are good, but I'm not buying that hype. They're average. And the Ravens are ass. The Bills have to win. This is their season to capitalize on all the unhealthy teams that are falling short in 2025.
I would also say that your guys' argument, which I think is a very fair argument, is highlighted by two players who have not been injured this year that we expected. And one is Christian McCaffrey, who has been magnificent this season. Like, he has been the rock for the 49ers.
And knock on wood, people thought he'll never be the same,
Yes.
and he's going to arguably have a 1,000-yard rushing, 1,000-yard receiving season.
Yes, I think that is a key part. And then the other one is the guy that we weren't sure if he was going to play week 1, and now he's your MVP, and that's Matthew Stafford. So I would have bet $100 that Matthew Stafford was going to at least miss a game this year at some point.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the Rams didn't even really want him back?
My grandfather used to say, I'll bet you dollars to donuts, whatever that means.
Yeah.
But I bet you dollars to donuts that he'll get injured. McCaffrey and Stafford, clean slate, knock on wood, right?
Yes.
And the season's not over, so I don't want to put the Jamboozy on anyone because I never want to root for injuries. But if you think injuries are done, there's still 3+ weeks of NFL football, so God forbid something else happens.
We didn't know if Stafford was going to play week 1, week 2, or week 3 or whatever, because remember they were kind of in limbo. They weren't saying about what he was going to do. And so then you're expecting the worst, and then he's just gone out there and is now minus 250 to win the MVP.
Yeah, and when you think about, and I was saying my Niners, and it's an interesting thought because the Niners lost 2 of the best players on their whole team, Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. What I was saying is when they lost those guys, it was like, season's over. But then they somehow stayed afloat, and you watch other teams around the league losing key guys as well. So it's almost, dare I say, starting to become a push.
Well, if healthiest is wealthiest, I'm just trying to make sense of this conversation. AFC is open for the taking, and I think the Bills have to take it and capitalize on this theory, right? As far as the NFC, Rich, you and your 49ers and Dan and the Seahawks have to battle it out.
I think that game, which, Dan Byer, that's the one day the 49ers are going to wear those black uniforms, those ones that we thought were, some thought were hideous, some thought were cool. They're rocking those Week 18, and people said, why would they wear them then? It might be a meaningless game. Meaningless game. That could be for all the Tostitos, as you say, Covino.
Yeah.
That could be for all the marbles. 49ers Seahawks, if your team wins on Thursday against the Rams, that Week 18 matchup, there could be multiple Week 18 matchups that are like playoff games.
Yeah, Steelers-Ravens. It was even, highlighted last night of what all could happen.
Bucks-Panthers. There's a couple.
A lot of different things that could happen to allow that. But, to Covino's point about the Bills and Josh Allen, I thought that it was that way at the start of the season, even before the injuries kind of came in, because the Chiefs got off to that 0-2 start. The Ravens weren't winning, and then they lost to the Chiefs with Lamar Jackson having his injury. And at the time, guys, it was the Colts. We were saying, yeah, Buffalo could go to Indianapolis and win a game. Now look at what injuries have done to the Indianapolis Colts that they have to bring in Phillip Rivers to be their starting quarterback. And it wasn't just the season ender with Daniel Jones. It was the fracture in his leg prior to that. That was an issue for them in having such a great start to the season and then them kind of scaling back and now being on the outside looking in. C.J. Stroud was knocked out for the Texans. Now he's back in, so that's good fortune for them.
Yep.
And now they're making a push for the top of the spot in the AFC South.
I like how you use the term good fortune. And, yeah, the Texans could be right in that mix, too, with their defense and the way C.J. Stroud is playing. Good fortune because I saw this in a meme one time, Rich, so it has to be true.
Of course.
I think the Chinese symbol for crisis is the same as opportunity.
Well, you see that a lot with the stock market. A lot of times when there's
there's
a lot of red, people are panicking. I'm buying.
When there's crisis in life, there's often opportunity. And the same thing's applying here with the NFL. With all the injury, with all the crisis for these other teams, this is great opportunity. Who benefits the most is really the question. And Dan Byer mentioned the good fortune of having C.J. Stroud back and healthy, and they're playing well. Yeah, I think the Texans benefit. But I truly believe it's either in the NFC, your 49ers or the Seahawks, and the Bills in the AFC. Those are the teams that benefit the most because they have the greatest opportunity based on the crisis of injury that the other teams are dealing with.
Yeah, I'm looking at our feedback. Someone called me Niner boy.
You are Niner boy.
Niner.
But the Niners are solid.
Okay, they're
It's just, the only thing I disagree with is Rich saying that, hey, man, imagine if Bosa and, they had all this. Because you could say that for every team in the league. Most teams are dealing with injuries,
then make
significant
the
injuries.
case for me. Because and by the way, thank you for
just yesterday, just this past weekend alone for the Packers, we talked about all the injury.
But what I'm saying is the Niners are a team that lost 2 megastars, 2 Pro Bowlers every year, and you thought, well,
and they're still playing well. Other teams lost big players and they stink. They're done.
So I'm saying, it is interesting. If that hadn't happened, the Niners might be dominating everyone.
I think that you look at Nick Bosa, and at some point he was going to get hurt.
Yeah.
I don't think Fred Warner's that case. I think the Fred Warner one is the one where you're like, oh, what could have been. But the way that, honestly, the way George Kittle missed the first 5-6 games of the year for the 49ers, was that a shock? Right? No, it wasn't. Because George Kittle, and I'm not saying that he's injury prone and gets hurt all the time. The way that these guys play.
He's a little reckless and he's getting older.
Yes.
He's been injured a lot.
It's going to happen. It happened to Kittle early. It happened to Nick Bosa. The Warner one, I don't think that you can expect. But then that goes back to Christian McCaffrey and saying, man, this guy is touting the rock as well as he ever has in his career at this age.
I personally just don't like ifs and buts. I like buts, but I don't like ifs and buts when we're talking about health in the NFL. That's part of the game.
I gotcha.
Right? You can't predict that. You almost have to assume that someone's going to get hurt.
Look at that. Good take, Niner boy.
Hey, Rich.
Niner boy.
What's up, Sam?
In some alternate universe, where your 49er coaches didn't do such a great job coaching this team back up. I wish your record was actually 4-9, so I could call you the San Francisco 4-9ers.
The 4-9ers.
Oh, take that.
Man,
Could have
Sam.
been. Could have easily been the 4-9ers.
You're winning.
Thank you. So,
Good one,
your
Sam.
thoughts, ifs and buts.
4-9ers, come on. And then Dan had the 40 whiners, right? Was that a couple weeks ago?
That's an old one.
That's a good one,
the
though.
Seahawks get sea chickens.
Oh.
Yeah, because the chicken is not as ferocious as a hawk. So you see sea chickens.
Hey, we get complaino and bitch.
But I think what we're really
You
hitting
get that,
on,
dude?
Rich, is that healthiest is the wealthiest. In life, we need to view things from that perspective a little more, right? As long as everybody's healthy, we're all doing great.
I told my
Healthiest
mom,
is the wealthiest
Because
because people love to complain, like you said, complaino and bitch. But
and we're not actually.
in the
complainers.
NFL, more than ever before, the healthiest is the wealthiest.
You ever talk to your parents? I talked to my mom today. She's like, "Oh, my legs are sore." I'm like, "Mom, do you stretch? Do you do any cardio? Take a walk around the neighborhood?" "Oh, I should." I think everyone's parents are on the "I should" bandwagon. Your dad's looking great now, but how many years were your dad just taking trash care of himself? You always say that. You lived on a diet of pretzels and coffee.
He still needs to stretch, though.
Our parents "Yeah, my knees hurt." You're like, are you active? No. What are you doing? Do you drink enough water? Who wants water? Health is wealth. And I want to point out one thing. Last night you brought up it's ageless is not the word to describe him. Playing well, but does not look ageless. Aaron Rodgers. That was a huge win last night. I don't think we have
I liked his victory yesterday. I love him palling around with Zach Wilson. I totally forgot about Zach Wilson for a minute until I saw him at the end of the game. Exactly.
You remember his mom. You remember his mom more than him.
No, but he's a guy we talked about a lot, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. He's on the Dolphins. Forgot about that.
Still gainfully employed.
Yeah.
I
No,
guess.
props to him, but they were pounding around because they're pals from their Jets days.
Aaron Rodgers winning that game last night meant that they have slight wiggle room headed into Week 18. Let me, Sam, schedule watching, please. Thank you.
The Rich loves to look at the schedule game.
Schedule watching. Yeah.
By the way, you always talk about this wiggle room. Is that by Mike's office somewhere?
Oh no, that's in our new contract. We're getting a wiggle room.
Where is it? Where is this wiggle room you always talk about?
Right next to the champagne room.
Oh,
yeah.
Wiggle it. Just
So,
a little bit.
The Steelers' schedule for the remaining 3 games. Let's forget Week 18 because that's head-to-head against the Ravens. They play at the Lions, and the Lions are fighting for their dear life. It looks like the Lions are out, but they're not going to give up. So let's say the Steelers lose to the Lions. They're 8-7. They beat the Browns. They're 9-7. So they go into that final week against the Ravens at 9-7. The Ravens, however, they play the Patriots and the Packers. If they lose both of those games, Week 18 doesn't matter. So the Ravens are playing desperate. Every game for the Baltimore Ravens moving forward is desperation mode. And you could have dropped both of those games and hoped that the Steelers lost the one game against the Lions and still been alive for Week 18. But if you're the Ravens and you're a Ravens fan, you better be saying a couple extra Hail Marys and Now Fathers tonight, because it looks very daunting. Their final games are against the Patriots, the Packers, and then they got to play the Steelers for the division, if it even matters at that point.
And I don't know if it's going to matter if those teams get into the playoffs. Like that's the other, like,
to get in for what? Right?
Yeah, right. Like, and I hate to think like that, but when you are talking about these two teams, with it, Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers and their history, and the Ravens being so close the past couple of years, just making it to the playoffs and bowing out early is, which I think that there are 5 or 6 teams that would beat those teams.
I couldn't agree with you more, Dan Byer. Everyone was raving about that victory last night and how good Aaron Rodgers looked and how well they played against the Dolphins. And I'm thinking to myself the whole time, look, I get it. You have to talk about it. The game just played out and we're watching it. This is the focus of conversation here. But does anyone really buy into them winning anything? I don't. Not at all.
No.
And if it happened, would I be mad about it? No, not at all. That'd be a cool story.
Well,
but
I mean, in the beginning
I don't
of the
see
season,
that at all.
Let's rewind. Let's go back to August. By the way, that was me doing that.
That was rich.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
I think we all agreed that if Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers won one playoff game, you said, I believe Steve Covino, you said that would be the barometer of success. Like if Aaron Rodgers came back, took this Steelers team to the playoffs, but then won a playoff game and made it to the divisional round. You said...
Yeah, he's already shown me he had more than I thought he did.
So I remember you saying that would be sort of your gauge. Like you can't... no one expected the Steelers to really do much.
Mm-mm.
But I remember clearly you saying, dude, if he wins one playoff game for the Steelers, that shows that, like, he still's got enough juice and it doesn't hurt his legacy, and, he's showing that he's still a winner.
And that would be the first playoff win for the Steelers in like 9 seasons, if I'm not wrong.
Which would show...
Of all winning seasons by Tomlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't won a playoff game in like almost a decade.
That would be a great, I don't want to say send-off, but I'd say a great comeback for Aaron Rodgers.
Man, it's going to be a wild postseason. I can't wait. I'm salivating at the next few weeks. And we're going to go over all the games that mean a lot this weekend coming up in a little bit. Plus, again, tonight something else is going on in the world of sports that I don't think anyone cares about even a little. We'll get to that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, hang tight. You're going to be like, wait, what's going on tonight? We'll get to that. Plus, I have a question for you guys. I need your help. Has to do with a little holiday. Thanks for the bell sound effect. Jingle Vato. Thanks for the bells. And we're going to go over a holiday hypothetical that I need your help on. So we'll do that and a bunch more. A lot of fun today. Appreciate you hanging. Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio.
Quick timeout. Holiday upgrade check. Are you still watching the games on an old small TV? If you are, everyone's talking about you behind your back. You're failing in life. You need to step it up. And you're only seeing about half the game.
And you're only seeing about half of the RSVP show up to your party.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm going to skip this one, guys.
You think people want to watch Jake Paul on your weak-ass TV?
So, hey, here's the deal. TCL, QM 8K. They got the QD Mini LED. It's the real MVP. Ultimate brightness, ultimate black levels for the ultimate experience. Picture so clear you could taste the turf.
And it's not just football. Like I said, Jake Paul and AJ this weekend. Movies look cinematic. The Beast in Me on Netflix. Oh, man, you got to watch it on the TCL.
Are you investing in Jarvis Yards, by the way? Or no?
I might be, yeah. But games feel smoother, and yes, your company, your in-laws, everybody notices, even mine.
Here's the holiday play, guys. TCL TVs, you could go for the premium QM 8K, like I said. That's the ultimate choice. Or grab the versatile QM 6K for an elevated game day experience. Don't overthink it. Lock in the ultimate experience with epic savings, undeniable bragging rights all season long. You got to get it while supplies last.
TCL is the official TV partner of the NFL. Find TCL at all major retailers. TCL, bigger, brighter, better holidays. Select models, limited time. See all major retailers for details. Joe Burrow, 29 years old, has got the world by the cojones, but it seems the one thing he doesn't have is his health. Can't stay healthy. And the buzz is, and it's obvious, it's very reminiscent of another legendary quarterback. And I remember where I was when we heard Andrew Luck's retirement speech. Like, he called it donezo. I remember being really sad by that. I was so saddened. I'm not an Andrew Luck fan. I'm not a Colts fan, but I'm a fan of greatness, and I was a fan of seeing where his career went. I felt it was very reminiscent when you hear Joe Burrow saying the same sort of thing.
Take a listen to Burrow, and hey, it's what we all do, not just on sports radio and podcast, and you do it on social media. We do it in day-to-day life in our families. We all overanalyze what people say.
Okay, can I just pose the question before we play the clip then? I'm sure you've seen it. Joe Burrow's all over the place today. Is this retirement talk, or is he just going through it? You know, sometimes people just have bad days, bad moods, terrible, horrible, no good, very bad days. It could very well be he woke up on the wrong side of the bed, had a bad season, sort of down, sort of glum on himself. He could also
be thinking, man, I came back to a team that couldn't even, stay afloat for me.
Yeah. Is it even worth it? Hey, look, we all go through little pouty moments where we feel sorry for ourselves. Could it be just that and we're making a bigger deal about it? I've never heard Joe Burrow talk this way, though, so that's why it's got people buzzing. Is this retirement talk, or is he just going through it?
And you know what it also proves? That no matter how cool, handsome, successful, it doesn't matter.
No matter how great your hair is.
The guy's got great hair.
Great hair.
Everyone's got problems. He's got a Victoria's Secret supermodel girlfriend. He's one of the highest paid athletes in all professional sports. On top of that, he's like a handsome, cool guy. Like, you would think, what could possibly bother this guy? But he does seem, like you said, like he's going through it.
If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. You know, I've been through a lot, and if it's not fun, then what am I doing it for? I'm not sure there was a singular moment or of time. It's just a reflection on a lot of things that I've done and been through in my career. I think I've been through more than most, and it's certainly not easy on the brain or the body, so just trying to have fun doing it again.
You know, even Jamar Chase was taken by surprise. He was like, oh, that's not the Joe Burrow I know and see. He always comes in with positivity, and I don't know. So when I heard Jamar Chase talking about, that's not the guy that I see, I'm thinking that maybe he just had a bad day. Here's Jamar Chase.
He smiles every day. Like the narrative that y'all trying to paint on him right now, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he's the same person every day. He comes to work. He loves work. He loves the guys in the locker room, so he's pretty positive to me.
There's no narratives. We're just asking questions. Just for the mics.
A little bit of narratives. That's okay.
Yeah, but if you show up to your workplace, right? Because this is workplace. If I showed up on the air, and we all have bad days, and I said on the air, this just isn't fun for me anymore. Just don't feel the same way that I used to feel about radio. So why do radio if I'm not having fun doing it? There's other things that I could do, and if I'm not having fun, then why this? Wouldn't people be like, hey, dude, are you kidding right now? That doesn't sound like positive talk.
The whole injury stuff that you go through, from anything that we hear from athletes, it's not easy when you're not with the team, you're not playing, and you're injured, and now he comes back into a situation where basically they have to be perfect to even make the playoffs. And if he's now saying after a couple of games back, it looked like it was fun playing against the Ravens on Thanksgiving, right? I mean, they're kicking their butts, but very odd timing.
You know what I'm noticing, Dan?
It was that Bills game in the snow. Honestly, he had
the one he threw 4 touchdowns in.
He had a rough fourth quarter. That game got away, and maybe there's frustration, like you said. Covino's going through it.
A normal response would have been though, it's been a tough year. It's been a really tough year. Like that sort of vibe. I think there was more to it. And what I noticed listening to that clip is it's not as dramatic to hear it as when you see it. Because when you see him and you see his body language, he looks really defeated. And I get it. Tough season, rough season. But when you see the body language mixed with what he said, it feels worse than what Andrew Luck was saying when Andrew Luck basically said he wasn't playing anymore. And he's not getting past these injuries. We don't know how he feels. That's the thing. We don't know really how he feels. and what a struggle it's been. We're not him. We're not in his cleats. It's just not the vibe you want to hear from your starting quarterback. Happy holidays. And if you just joined us right now, what'd you miss so far? Well, we could sum it up by saying the healthiest is the wealthiest, bro. That's really it.
What is this?
This is what? Quad City DJ's Christmas special.
Oh, you know what I thought it was? I thought it was from the same artist. Remember that club song, Danny, when you were DJing probably in the clubs? Shake that ass. Let me see what you got. Remember that song?
You know Quad City DJs.
Of course. Come on, ride the train.
Yeah.
And ride it.
Well, Iowa Sam is playing all the Christmas classics. He's on the ones and twos. He's our sound architect. We got Danny G super producing. We got the best holiday team here.
Well,
Spots on the videos. Covino and Rich FSR.
Speaking of music and sound architects, Snoop Dogg going to be doing the halftime show at the Christmas Day game for the NFL.
Can't wait.
Which is pretty cool. Listen, NFL's been slaying it with the halftime shows, right? You had...
Did you say slaying it because it's a holiday show?
Ho, ho, ho.
And Dan Byers got your updates.
Well, think about it. Jack
in
White,
about 8-9 minutes.
Jack White and Eminem, Post Malone, now Snoop Dogg, and then Bad Bunny for the halftime show at the Super Bowl. So you're going to get all the different genres over those 3 big days, right? Christmas, Thanksgiving, Super Bowl Sunday.
Well, again, healthiest is the wealthiest in life, but more so than ever.
Just keep saying it. It's
in the
truth.
2025 NFL football season. I will keep saying it because every time I do, you interrupt me.
Healthiest is wealthiest.
Healthiest is the wealthiest in the NFL. And I'm saying it's got to be the Bills, 49ers, Seahawks. The teams that stay the healthiest will be the wealthiest when it comes to winning. Right now, we're winning live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Every Olympic dream starts with the first glide. Do you remember your first glide? I think mine was across the kitchen floor. Whew. Mom used the Fabuloso that day. And you could do that again through Learn to Skate USA. Kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com.
I just have to correct the 49ers thing because I never said they stayed healthy. My point was the fact that they've stayed afloat and now other teams have matched their level of hurt.
I never said they stayed healthy either. What I'm saying is they can capitalize on these other teams that are suffering from that.
But when the 49ers stayed afloat after those injuries and Kyle Shanahan somehow found a way for this team to win, they put themselves in a position where like it's almost like...
Yeah, but you know what it's like, Rich?
You were so hurt at a disadvantage, and then everyone slowly and surely around you.
But you had so many star players that if you went down, you still had more star players.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So you benefited from having a stacked team.
But a team like the Seahawks or the Bills, I think, are the two that stand out to me. And there's a few AFC teams like the Texans that have gotten healthy and looking good right now. So we'll see. We shall see.
Hey, and if the Steelers, who had a great game last night, but again, I look at it like, against the Dolphins. If they can keep moving forward with that momentum, I'm not hating. I'm just stating.
What's up, DB?
The one thing that I would say is you could say that the Bills lost their best defensive player in Ed Oliver. But everything rides so much on Josh Allen that it's just if Josh Allen's healthy.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
I'm looking at some of our feedback. Someone actually agreeing with you on that sentiment that Josh Allen's just such a game decider. Just how he shows up, it sort of sets the whole tone of the game.
Yeah, and if they don't have him, they don't have a chance.
Yeah. Blind Guy Creation, say hi to him. Tammy, Balance 2, Esteban, Joey Elbows, everyone chiming in on the in-show chat. Some of them I can't repeat, but I do want to say that Mikey 1748 said, I don't know what you guys are talking about. My Bears have the most games missed with injured players this season, and look at them. The Ben Johnson effect is real. Is that true? Are they the most injured team? Mikey, I'll take your word for it.
It may be. There was no practice today for Roma Dunze or Luther Burden. So those wide receivers were out. Odunze missed their game against the Browns, but could very well be. But Caleb Williams has been under center for every single one of them. Mm-hmm. So that's helped.
When QB1 is healthy all year, it's such an advantage.
Yeah.
You're giving away no freebies to anyone.
Yeah, that Stafford point you made before, Dan Byer, that was a good one.
I mean, that's the biggest
no
surprise.
One would have thought that.
In the offseason, I remember, DB, we speculated, would he retire?
Mm-hmm.
We speculated, is his back injury going to be one of those things where every other week or so it's like, Matthew Stafford, questionable with lower back, and nothing.
Also, just the fact that the Rams were like, go ahead and look elsewhere. Kind of like what do the Rams know that we don't know? And they went and they allowed him to look around. He ended up going back to L.A., then ended up not being healthy in the preseason, which we thought was another red flag, and then having this MVP sort of season. Crazy. I mean, now without Devontae Adams, we'll see what they do. They lost Puka Nacua for a couple of games middle of the year, but
I want to make this point, too. I didn't leave the Rams out of that conversation because I forgot they're 11-3. Dan Byer brought him up, and I'm like, yeah, damn, he's right. They've been solid, and Stafford being there all year, really not expected. They've won. Right? When I say opportunity, like you got to capitalize. Josh Allen, this is his chance. Mm-hmm. Stafford, this is his chance. I mean, not Stafford. Darnold, this is his chance.
Yeah.
Purdy, this is his chance. That's what I was getting at. Like, this is their opportunity to capitalize on these injuries and on these teams. So the healthiest is the wealthiest, and we'll take your feedback at 877-99 on Fox. There's another big thing going on this weekend.
It's like if Taylor Swift doesn't put out an album that year, some other pop star has a chance to be like the it girl or guy that year.
Absolutely.
You have the chance. That's
it's like
all you
when Jordan retired. That gave opportunity for a few teams to sneak in there for a few years. These injuries have given opportunity to other teams to really step up. This weekend, aside from Week 16 beginning, we have a big fight on Friday. Does everybody realize the fight's on Friday? We're not used to Friday night fights anymore. Grew up loving Friday night fights, but big pay-per-view and big events have become a Saturday night thing. Saturday night's all right. Saturday night's a night for fighting. That's what Elton John told me. But
I like the Who version.
You like the Who version of what?
Of Saturday night's all right for fighting.
That's a cover song?
No. The Who do cover it, and it's fantastic.
You're saying the Who's version is better than Elton John's?
I like it more.
Saturday.
It's really good.
I thought you were doing Bay City Rollers. S-A-T-U-R-D-A-Y.
Well, the name of the song is Saturday Night's a Night for Fighting.
Yeah.
Saturday night's all right for fighting.
The Jake Paul AJ fight is Friday, and Rich has a dilemma, and we want to turn dilemmas into dilemonade.
Let me pose the question. We'll go to DB for an update, and then we'll take some fun feedback. Now, Friday night is fight night. I invited all you guys. I invited the show, Spot, Danny G, Sam, Covino, Dan Byer. If you guys are part of the show, come over. I'll order some food. We'll watch the fight. Have a little cocktail up by the fire pit afterwards. And, Sam, you pointed out it's also some college football playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
What a night, huh?
We got some action.
I'm excited
for
this
weekend.
The
song isn't Saturday Night's a Night for college football playoffs.
So we got college football playoffs and a fight night, Friday night. And I have a question that has to do with when you invite someone, who does that invite extend to? I'll explain, but let's go to DB for an update. Dan Byer, what's doing?
What up, Dan?
We'll see if Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel invites Tua Tagovailoa to the starting quarterback party in Week 16 because apparently that job is up in the air.
We're in the process of game planning for the Cincinnati Bengals, so we're trying to determine who will give us the best chance to win. I'll probably give you more clarity on that tomorrow.
As for the quarterback play last night, which was handled by Tua, McDaniel said, quote, "It was not good enough," end quote. Rams head coach Sean McVay said wide receiver Devontae Adams could be a game-time decision for their game in Seattle on Thursday because of his hamstring strain. Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh speaking with the Dan Patrick Show today, and DP asked him about his connection or conversations with Sharon Moore, the former Michigan coach who was arrested last week.
When's the last time you talked to Sharon Moore?
Early December, but I have texted him.
Nothing since he was arrested?
Just text.
How are his spirits?
I think it's a tragedy. It's the worst days of his life. And, keep it together and take care of your family. That's the message. And getting spiritual guidance, is really critical.
Harbaugh was asked by DP if he has any role in hiring Moore's successor at Michigan. Harbaugh says his focus right now is on the Chargers and their Week 16 opponent, the Dallas Cowboys. Sesame Street helped raise all of us. Now it's our turn. Donate this holiday season at sesame.org because the world needs Sesame and Sesame needs you. Former Alabama head coach Nick Saban has purchased a minority stake in the Nashville Predators. Championship game of the NBA Cup in Las Vegas tonight. Knicks and Spurs, 8:30 Eastern time. When the Warriors play on Thursday, they won't have Pat Spencer. He's been ruled out for personal reasons. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Dan Byer.
Thanks, Dan.
All right, now here's my question. And we'll go quick with this, and we'll get into some more NFL, maybe a little baseball hot stove, any moves that you see that you're interested in. We'll get to a fun show today. When you have a fight night, when you invite someone, when you're a grown man, when you invite someone, is that extending to their whole family? Or is it just the person?
And what if you specify that it's guys' night? Is that like really lame for an adult to do?
Because, for instance,
it's just the bros.
And in my mind, like, hey, listen, I would never want anyone to not feel welcome at my house because everyone's always welcome if you're part of my fam. But if I invite, for instance, my one of the coaches I coach Little League with, pony ball with, if I say, hey, man, fight night Friday, come by, we'll have some food. Is he thinking that's to him and his son, because we coach our boys together, so it's like bros night, like him and his son come. Is he bringing his wife and other kids? Like if I say, Danny, fight night, is he like, yeah, Brenda and the kids are coming too, same with Koa?
Is that on you, Rich? Do you need to specify?
Like, how do you specify?
What's assumed? There's a lot going on here.
Like, yeah, like for a fight night.
Right.
My family. Is it also sexist to assume that it's like guys' night because it's fight night?
I think it also depends who the invite's coming from. Meaning, like, Rich, you're a married guy, right?
Yeah.
So it's implied that your wife's going to be there, and so are your nose-picking kids.
Which means,
like, okay, so I guess I could bring my wife because your wife's there, right? If you're going to a single dude's place, if Carl's like, yeah, I'm having some people over for the fight, and Carl lives by himself with no other woman, that might be implied that it's a bros night.
So you're saying it lies in the host scenario?
I think it lies in in who's inviting you. But there's no shame in asking questions, but it is an interesting thought. Like, what are you supposed to assume?
Like if Dan Byer were to say, hey, guys, party at my place. I assume Dan's got a wife and a beautiful little son who's close to my son's age. In my mind, I'm like, is that like a bring the family thing?
Yeah, what if you got a big family, though? What am I going to bring everybody to Dan's house?
And what if one of my buddies I coach with has like 3 kids and a wife? Now all of a sudden, like inviting him to fight night, it's like inviting 5 people over my house.
Exactly, yeah.
Your thoughts on this?
How do you work this?
Think about it. We'll take your feedback on that next. We'll get into some more football, NFL, and of course tonight, how could you forget about the NBA Cup? We're going to get to that. More CNR next right here on Fox Sports Radio. Something that I feel like I've always sort of felt a little bit, but after seeing his behavior over the last week.
Oh, boy. Here it comes.
Justin Herbert's just a big weenie.
Wow.
Justin Herbert, not a fan.
And Rich knows weenies.
Justin Herbert, I mean, he can make it right. I mean, my opinion, it can be easily changed. But I don't know. I just feel like he's done a few things where I'm like, you know what? The only thing cool about this dude is that he's hooking up at Madison Beer.
There's been 2 incidents in the past week where you scratch your noggin and say, hey, is Herbert sort of a, what'd you call him, a weenie?
Yeah.
Is he sort of a weenie? Is he a weenus? Is he the lead singer of Weenus? Or did we just catch him at a bad moment? Is he the type of guy that turns on when the cameras are on, but off camera, he's really a weenie?
No, because on camera, he's a weenus.
You got to realize that we don't have any idea, not even close to any idea of what they deal with as far as fandom and kids and people wanting their attention and autographs. But they're no better than anyone else.
Don't give me that BS.
But that is true, dude. You don't know what it's like.
Do you know how to behave in public?
I do, but guess what I don't have? People bothering me all day long, every day, every time I step out in public. The Chargers win, and they kick it down to the field, and Laura Rutledge is trying to get his attention. Like, hey, we're going to you for an interview. And he's like, I'm just trying to celebrate with my team. And I totally understand that, and I get that. But as a quarterback in the league, you also have to understand that when someone of the major networks wants to interview you, you're the go-to guy. You're the quarterback. You're the spokesman for this moment. You're on television, and they caught him in a really weird, like, big-time moment. That's moment number one.
Bro, the fans and the billion-dollar deals these networks have to air the games and perpetuate you as a star player. And I saw people fighting over this the other day, back and forth. I go, he doesn't owe anyone anything. Stupid-ass interview. What is he going to say? But
I mean, it's part of the deal,
his
right?
apathy, I just feel like in these moments, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, I'm so adamant and strong-minded on this opinion.
You're adamant.
Little
Goody Two Shoes.
Goody Two Shoes? Great song. I'm so adamant that all it takes is for an athlete to be a little endearing to the fans and reporters, and I feel like people notice. All he has to do is smile. I even notice when athletes address the reporter by name. He's like, hey, Laura, if he we'll call the by first name. And then at the end, he's like, if he was like, hey, Charger fan, thanks for coming out. That's what the Mets will miss with Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso would, at the end of all his little post games, would always, hey, fans, thanks for coming out. Let's effing go Mets. Thank you, guys.
Just yesterday, another clip went viral, and I sort of saw it everywhere. And I think it's gone viral because it sort of continues that narrative of what we saw on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, and I wondered, and I told you guys this last night when we were talking about this clip, I wondered if it was people piling on because of what happened after Monday night's game.
Obviously, very clear footage of Justin Herbert sort of big time in a kid who wanted him to sign something.
By the way, such a cute little kid, and I felt so bad for his face.
Yeah, and the dad's like, he'll take his hat off because he's wearing the opposing team's hat. He's wearing an Eagles hat.
Hat and
he
jersey.
wanted a picture.
He wanted a wave. I'm sure he wanted a picture, but even if he waved at Justin Herbert, let's put it in perspective, man. I've seen a lot of people talk about this, and there's so many things I agree with. You don't have to be a fan of the Chargers as a kid especially, to want to get his attention and have the thrill. A little wave from Justin Herbert would have made that kid's, I don't want to say his life, but it would have made his whole year that Justin Herbert acknowledged him, even though he's an Eagles fan.
Well, let me give you an example of this. You guys know me now. We've done this show. You and I have been friends for decades, but we've been on Fox Sports Radio for years. You know that I'm a diehard Mets fan.
Mm-hmm.
The first player that ever gave me attention wasn't a Met. I went down on the field. I've told the story before. Not on the field. I went down, batting practice, was hanging by the opposing dugout, just, taking a look. You're a little 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid, peeking your head around. And San Diego Padre, Bip Roberts, took the time to say, hey, kid, what's your name? Signed a baseball for me. Give me a little pat on the back, and I went back to my seat.
You're like, whoa.
Yo.
I remember having that dude's baseball card.
And I was like, Bip Roberts is the coolest.
Right.
So to me,
professional athletes hold an incredible power and almost duty to boost these kids. Kids idolize these athletes. We all did. So when he big times this little kid, even though he was an opposing fan, that rubbed me the wrong way. I think it rubs everybody the wrong way. And again, it was caught on camera. Oh, is this the Who version? Saturday night's all right. Friday night is fight night, but Saturday night's all right. Going out to all the Who's in Whoville.
There you go.
It's their favorite band, The Who. Going out to Cindy Lou Who because,
Who?
Well, we all know the Grinch is terrorizing them. Max! So they need something to have fun to. And that's Covino and Rich, and Iowa Sam playing The Who. Covino and Rich.
Who?
Us, Covino and Rich, live from the Fox Sports Radio studio.
You ever see a girl with a bad nose job and she looks like she lives in Whoville?
Yeah. That's where she got the nose job.
Yeah.
I always assumed that.
Yeah.
So it's time for our tire rack play of the day. Rogers and Metcalf. Sounds like a law firm. Rogers and Metcalf.
Hey, if you get a fender bender, call Rogers and Metcalf.
Accidentes. Rogers and Metcalf were on the same page last night.
Rogers in the shotgun, taps both sides of the helmet, one on the play clock, gets a snap. Dolphins bringing pressure, throw over the middle. It is complete to DK Metcalf, hurls aside one defender, stiff arms another, into the end zone for the Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown. What an effort by DK Metcalf.
Both guys having a game last night, and that's courtesy of 102.5 WDVE Steelers Radio Network. That's our tire rack play of the day.
Yeah, Covino and DK Metcalf, same workout, right? You guys do the
same workout.
Same
man.
workout plan?
Yep.
For 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection, free installation options, mobile tire installation, all at TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
So, hey, I like that Who version, Sam. Good job.
Thank
you. Now, he played Saturday nights at night for fighting. Because we're used to Saturday night fights at this point. But used to be Friday night fights, man. And on Netflix this Friday night, you get Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. And word on the streets is, well, two things. We'll be breaking it down on our bonus pod this week. Overpromised with Covino and Rich. We're going to welcome boxing analyst Two-Tone the Superstar. He's going to break it down, tell us his pick. Probably going to be Joshua, but why? You'll find out on Overpromised right here on our YouTube page, Covino and Rich, FSR. And word on the streets is Anthony Joshua already looking ahead.
Did you say FSR?
FSR, number one channel for pirates.
Yeah.
C and R on FSR. Pirates love us.
Yeah. Huge with Andy Van Slyke and Sid Bream.
AJ looking ahead of Jake Paul, so that shows you where his head is at. Do you say that he's so confident, or is that bad? Because they're saying that he's working out a fight with Tyson Fury following this Jake Paul debacle.
Dude, if Anthony Joshua, he said, if I don't destroy Jake Paul, I'm disappointed. Like, he pulled like a Ivan Drago, like, I will destroy him.
Well, again, as far as analysis, Covino and Rich FSR will do that on Thursday, right, on Overpromised. But as far as the invites and how we're going to handle this Friday night spectacular, there's lots to keep in mind. Holiday parties, ugly sweater parties. Do you combine them? Who do you invite? Like, if you're inviting families, do women, wives, and I'm sorry to be sexist here, but do wives and children really care about the fight? Does that interrupt the festivities?
Is there such thing as a boys' night if it's not specified when you're a grown-up?
Yeah, but add the holiday layer to this, too. Because
I mean,
if you're going to have people over on a Friday night, they might be assuming, like,
hey, it's Christmas time.
Yeah, it's Christmas time. What is this, holiday party? Like, no, this is a fight night.
And by the way, I take such offense to Esteban on our in-show chat.
What do you say?
Because Rich feels like a guy that has bland hummus at his party. I have all the
No, you're the guy that thinks like it's spicy, but it's not.
I have all
Rich is the
dips
guy that
and
licks
fixins.
he licks his fingers and he goes afterward because he thinks it's so spicy.
Oh, garlic.
Yeah, but it's not.
Listen to this guy.
But
The
it's
guy,
true.
the guy that goes home with a full belly every time he's at my house. Now he's lying about hummus.
Rich
Get
was
out
on
of here.
Guys Gone Mild in the 2000s. Guys Gone Mild.
Hey, good one.
True.
Guys Gone Mild.
Rich has the bitchin' sauce set out.
Dude,
I love bitchin' sauce, dude.
I will say, though.
Hey, I didn't say I don't appreciate the fixins in the food.
Rich has
I
pickled
love the
jalapenos
food,
for us.
But
I bring it all.
You
now.
don't bring it spicy.
What do you want?
You gotta bring the spice.
You want some something to burn your bunghole?
But the question is, guys, just to give it to you straight. Can you have a guys' night, or is that just lame?
Or does that have to be specified? Like I said, if I invite everyone over Friday night, and I invite some of the dads from the Pony League with their kids, am I assuming wives and kids and other kids? And does everyone just
at this stage of the game too? Are kids and wives always implied?
I think they might be.
Are we schoolboys?
Because I didn't think about it until one of my buddies said, "Is it everyone or just like me?" I'm like, "Oh."
I notice if my girlfriend's working, it's a bros night when people come over.
Okay. Hey, your thoughts at Covino and Rich. We got more next.
Guys. wake up. It's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready? Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham! We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you.
Love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it. You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special. Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready?
yes, we talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo
joking.
Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best. You were dating some girl, and you were like, hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense. Her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win,
Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
we're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel says that everything is on the table when asked if he thought about making a change at quarterback. Dolphins were eliminated from the postseason last night by the Steelers. Tua Tagovailoa went 22 of 28 for 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. But McDaniel had this to say earlier today.
The quarterback play last night was not good enough, and so for me, everything's on the table.
Week 16 starts with the Rams taking on the Seahawks on Thursday night in Seattle. Rams head coach Sean McVay said wide receiver Devontae Adams could be a game-time decision because of his hamstring injury. No practice today for Bears wide receivers Rome Odunze and Luther Burden III. Bills have signed kicker Mike Badgley to their practice squad. NBA Cup championship game tonight in Las Vegas, 8:30 Eastern Time. It's the Knicks taking on the Spurs. Former Alabama head coach Nick Saban has purchased a minority stake in the NHL's Nashville Predators. I'm Dan Byer.
It's the holiday season.
Whoop-de-doo.
Indeed. Broadcasting live. Broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studios.
Hey!
Steve Covino, Rich Davis. We celebrated 21 years of doing the show together yesterday. You believe that?
How is that possible?
That? Our show can legally drink.
Wow. Wild.
Our show has a mustache now.
Oh, boy.
Getting old, man. And we're still the youngest in the game.
This
I don't
is
know
wild.
how, but
we started very young.
That's it.
It's
Let's be rocking out, everybody.
sort of like Dave Chappelle. And no, I'm not making myself the Dave Chappelle of radio.
Well, we started at 10.
But Dave Chappelle is younger than you think because he started doing comedy in the clubs when he was a teenager.
Yeah, no, it's
So
true.
when you think of like young Chappelle and like Half-Baked and movies like that, he was like a kid. So what, Chappelle's like 50. Feels like he's way older.
Swear to God, I was a young guy working at K-Rock, New York.
It's a
right?
great story, by the way.
I can tell a 20-second story. Young guy working at K-Rock, New York. Receptionist was like stepped away or something, and there was someone at the door. So they're like, "Hey, Covino, can you? Someone's at the door. Can you go see who it is?" And I walk out there, and it's a young ass Dave Chappelle. He's like, "Hey." And I was like, hey, and I recognized his face.
This is like way before he was famous.
Yeah,
We're talking
really
the
famous.
90s. This is the 90s.
He's there in the lobby, like by the elevators, trying to get in. And I'm like, hey, man, the Dave Chappelle, right? Comedian guy. I know you, man. I'm a fan. I was a young guy in New York. I just maybe had seen him out a few times. I just knew who he was. And I go, what are you doing? He's like, I'm here to see Howard. He was there to see Howard Stern, but it was a day off. Howard Stern was not on the air. It was like holidays, like right around this time of year. It was the holiday season. And I was like, yo, Dave, I was like, I know you hear his voice on the air, but it's a replay. I was like, he's not here today. And he's like, oh, okay, well. He made that face, that stink face, like, that kind of face. And he goes, all right, well, this never happened.
And he just walked away.
And he walked with his tail between his legs, hit the elevator button, and just like waved goodbye. And that was my first encounter with Dave Chappelle. But you're right, Rich. He was a young man. He must have been 17, 19 around when he started comedy. So, yeah, we celebrated 21 years on the air together yesterday. Thanks again for all the feedback at Covino and Rich. And if you ever wanted to try an Olympic and or Paralympic sport, try fencing. It's fast, safe, and easy to start. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing. That's usafencing.org/tryfencing.
Got to say what's up to Missouri on the in-show chat saying, stuck in traffic. Thank God for Covino and Rich and the in-show chat. Keeping me laughing while I'm sitting in traffic.
Hey, thank you very much. You could play along at Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. And every Olympic dream starts with the first glide.
Oh, through Learn to Skate USA. Kids build confidence, strength, and the joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntosskateusa.com. You could be the next Tanya Harding.
So Danny G.
Why?
is on the phones at 877-99 on Fox. Iowa Sam's here on the ones and twos. Spotty's on the videos. Again, watch what you hear. Covino and Rich FSR. We're talking about the fight night. And Rich was saying all sorts of important information off the air about this Friday night.
I was. Well, I was saying when you invite people over, and you're a grown-up. You're no longer like a dumb 20-year-old solo guy. If you're 20-something, you're like, hey, well, you guys want to get together and watch a fight?
You go from Fred Party 1 to Fred Party 4 real quick.
Yeah, like my buddy Jason is like, hey, dude, he put this in my head. He goes, like, are you inviting me and my kid who you coach, or like my whole family? And I'm like, that's right. That's when you get older.
Family's like 5 people.
Yeah,
though.
you need to like specify. He's got 3 kids and a wife, so there's a big difference of do you want to come watch the fight? So
I think the rules are implied like this. When you invite people, like, yeah, my wife is having a girls' night, or she's going out to dinner with her friend, so it's sort of spoken that she's not going to be there, so no need to bring your wife.
My wife even said to me, she goes, are you doing this like a boys' night? She's like, I'll go out with one of my girlfriends for dinner and drop our daughter at her friend's house. You could keep our son at the house, and it could be like a boys' night. So
Because it's not a holiday party. I think holiday party implies bring your significant other. Fight night? Fight night means like, hey, like, yeah, if your wife's into fighting, bring her. Otherwise, it's a bros night.
All right, let's go to Barb in Illinois. Barb, what's the specified info you got to give for these type of parties?
Hey, Barb.
Hi, how you doing?
Hey.
Excuse my voice. I have a cold. It's been 10 below here, so.
Oh my God, Barb, get a scarf.
Yeah, put some
Yeah,
earmuffs on.
really. And I'm Cali, born and raised. How's that one? Rich needs to specify. I'm having a few guys over to watch the fight.
No Barbs allowed.
Works for me.
Works?
No, seriously. If you say, come on over, we're having to get together, the we're implies right there it's Rich and his wife. So, Rich, if you just want the guys,
that's a good one.
having a few guys over.
But there's nothing wrong with that,
Yeah,
right?
that's a good-
Like, there's
no,
nothing
no.
wrong with like guys' night, fight night, unless, of course, like I said,
Of course.
your daughter or your wife happen to be huge fight fans. Then yeah, sure, they're
Of course.
involved, but most aren't. Let's be real about that.
Dave or Dade in Kentucky. What's up, man?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey.
Well, first of all, I hope Anthony with Paul's on in, but I'm not Barbie. You've got too specific. You got a man cave or a man garage, and hey, if guys are getting together to watch the fight, few drinks, you're more than welcome to come.
I think this is a more topical and relevant situation, Rich, than you even realize, because it's a holiday weekend.
Yeah.
And it's the holiday season. Guy, I think that people are going to find themselves in a stickier situation of
it's like we're in the middle of December. Like,
yeah.
Are you like having people over for like some holiday fun, or are you just like
yeah, sorry kids, sorry wifey, I'm going to watch the fight at Rich's house. And they're thinking, it's the holidays. I thought we were all going out together.
Yeah.
So it's a peculiar time to have a big fight like this on a Friday night. Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua this Friday on Netflix.
There you go. You know what? Let's take one more phone call. We'll move along. Jersey, our buddy Mitch wants to talk about the Rams, I believe. What's up there, Mitch?
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas, brother.
Happy Hanukkah, too.
It's been a great football season. I think there's at least for the Rams and Chargers in the Super Bowl. I think what's the chance that I have? That'd be great for you guys.
Rams and Chargers, they would both just have to drive up the West Coast to San Francisco, but Rams and Chargers is possible.
Are you going to pretend to not hear the little nose picker in the back? How great is that? I love that. He's like, yo, be quiet. I'm on the radio.
He's coming to Rich's party.
Yeah, Mitch, leave him. No, I'm joking.
Pop is talking on the radio.
Yeah, he's singing Jingle Bells in the back.
What's up, DB?
Guys, quick one. Speaking of nose pickers, no, I'm kidding. Tonight, I go to my first school concert for my son.
Oh, I love that.
Okay.
Nice.
I had to ask the ground rules. You guys have going through it, Rich. Covino's been through it. I asked my wife, and I felt very bad asking this. I go, do we sit through all of the grades, or can we just leave once they're done?
Ooh, that's a good DB.
She told me the doors close, like no one's allowed to leave until after the whole thing is done.
Oh,
did you guys ever experience?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, because there have been times where I've had because they do daytime, nighttime, multiple performances, right? There have been times where I've had to go to something, and it's very tight window for me to get here at Fox Sports, where my kid goes first, and I'm like, sweet. And then I look around, I'm like, I can't leave right now. I got to stick around. But when the worst is when your kid goes first. when your kid goes first and
you
then you
gotta
have to
sit
sit
through
through.
that.
There's a dance studio out here in LA where they perform a 3-hour dance production at like a legit theater, Dan Byer. Like, I was unaware. My daughter did one 3-minute dance, and I had to sit through 3 hours, and she went at the very end. If I would have known that, I would have been like, I'll meet you there.
You know what happens too, Dan? Does your son happen to have a little solo or something?
No.
Does he have a special part or anything?
No,
Yeah,
just
it's
all
like,
group.
Christmas time, oh, Christmas time.
Well, I'll tell you what, because one time my daughter, when she was really young, right, she had some sort of solo that she was practicing for like a month. And, her worries became mine. I'm just rooting for her so hard. I remember I had the camera up, and I held my breath the whole time she did it. And I realized, like, because I was so nervous.
Yes.
That my heart started pounding for her, and I hadn't breathed, like, the entire time. That I almost fainted. Because, I'm serious, because I was so there in the moment with her. I was like,
You pulled a Josh Allen.
Yo, dude, I almost fell over. Yeah.
I also would think you would be furious if some dude just got up as your daughter was about to start singing and was like, all right, we're out of here.
No, you got to stay.
Yeah, so you got to hang out.
Is that when little Brody pops in with do-do-do-do? So, Spot, you remember when you did your tuba solo? I
didn't play the tuba.
Yeah, you did.
But my thought is one other thing, DB. It's your first one, right?
Yes.
That's great.
You got to be aggressive to get good seats, unless they're assigned, because parents will push you out of the way. Don't be like, oh, after you. If you say after you too many times, you're sitting in the back.
Sure.
Then you can escape better, though. If you're in the back, you can plan your escape.
You realize if little Brody's going to be that little crazy kid, like he's just having the time of his life, or he's just like stuck in the moment, like staring into space.
I'm wondering what it's going to be.
Bro,
it's so funny, dude.
My son is like the kid who thinks he's John Ritter and Jim Carrey all at once. I'm like, Ben, chill out.
There's all these other kids that are spaced out. You know what I mean? It's so funny, dude.
The other thing is, if the school, because a lot of schools do this, if they say, hey, for $20 we're going to sell a copy of the performance, take your phone out and record 30 seconds for your own thing, but then take it and enjoy it, because I feel like all these little kids, they look in the crowd and it's just a bunch of parents holding their iPhones, and it's like live in the moment. Because I promise you, if they do have like the school, they hire a lot of times they'll hire a videographer.
Tell you, they make an announcement
like,
before
hey,
the performance.
We're filming this. We're going to sell copies for $20
Sell
for the
copies
school.
of what?
Yeah.
Blu-ray, DVD on.
No,
we need a device that we don't have anymore.
No, they'll sell a digital link. Like they do that at all the school performances. Yet still, there'll be every parent that's recording the whole thing. Like, it's like at a concert. You go to a concert, you see someone recording the whole thing. You're like, what are you doing?
You think Brody's going to hit the high note? I'm dreaming.
I'll tell you, I went to a concert. Remember, they're still around. Remember Greta Van Fleet?
Yeah,
of course, yeah.
They're very...
the whole Led Zeppelin thing.
Very Led Zeppelin.
They played their hit song Second.
Oh.
Yes, the one where that was used in commercials.
Yeah.
That was very popular.
So after that, you're like, yeah, I'm done.
Basically,
Saw the hit.
that's how I kind of feel tonight if they go first.
Wow. Well, hey, good luck to Brody.
Oh, Christmas time.
That's awesome.
Just hope that Buzz isn't behind your son.
I think it's fun, though. Yeah, you know what? I used to dread, like, sticking around, too, but you do appreciate all those little happy kids after a while. It doesn't matter. You like them all. I root for all of them.
I told Covino earlier today, and he's like, are you serious? Because there's a lot of Jewish kids at my kid's school, right? We live in Los Angeles. They insert some Hanukkah songs in the Christmas concert. But since there's not a lot of Hanukkah songs, as Adam Sandler has pointed out over the years, they put Jewish words to old pop songs. Like my daughter's class is singing.
I said, are you serious? Because they made a Hanukkah song out of La Bamba. So I don't see the connection at all.
They're doing
and I heard it, and it stinks.
My daughter's doing 2 Christmas songs, and they're doing... It's like, ha, 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 Hanukkah, Hanukkah, to La Bamba.
Terrible, dude. It is.
You got to spin the dreidel and eat those latkes.
No, I love Hanukkah. I love latkes. I'm just saying I don't see the combination there. But anyway, enjoy your holiday fun. Enjoy your festivities. Good luck to Brody tonight. And
for all the kids that celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah, lucky you, because you get double the gifts because your parents feel like they need to.
Yeah. But
8 crazy nights and Christmas.
Start planning your Friday night, too, and do it wisely. It could be a holiday party. It could be a fight night. But you got to specify, like Barb said before. Is it a bros night, Jake, Paul, AJ, or is everybody invited? Be clear on the invite, but enjoy the fight, and we'll be talking more about it as the week goes on. Now, we have Shaq Diesel trivia we're going to get to later on, so stick around for that. We're going to be giving away prizes, multiple choice. Whack Diesel has some questions.
And speaking of Whack Diesel and
Yeah.
some NBA trivia, we'll get a winner, give away some prizes. It is the holidays. What do you think about tonight? Do you know anyone that cares about the NBA Cup, Knicks and the Spurs? I think, listen, if you really are an NBA fan, you maybe watch it just because you love the game. But I was trying to think, and I was having a hard time thinking, guys. I know that might sound crazy to you. I had a hard time thinking about things I just really can't care about, and I feel like I'm supposed to. Like when I tell you I couldn't care less about the NBA Cup tonight. I don't know one person or one fan. I'm from New York. I have a bunch of friends that are Knicks fans. I haven't had one buddy be like, tonight's the Cup. My wife's from San Antonio.
Barbershop? The
My
barbershop,
wife,
you talking about it?
My wife, Sarah, is from San Antonio, New Braunfels, Texas. Not one of her buddies. And she has friends that listen to Fox Sports Radio.
We're from the East Coast.
That's what I just said.
All of our buddies are Knicks fans. I haven't heard one person bring that up.
Yeah, just said that.
I don't care. I don't care.
So
I don't care.
I'm just reiterating it.
Is there anyone that's pumped up about this? Maybe some of the players, because there is bonus money involved for some of maybe
the youngsters and the guys that might be on like a two-way contract.
And that's the point we made last year, right?
Sometimes it takes time. Like World Baseball Classic, no one cared about it. And then we had one series that popped off 3 years ago. It was great 3 years ago. And now people are excited about this one coming up.
I don't know.
Like sometimes these things take a minute to build.
Here's the problem that I feel that the NBA Cup has, because there's been a lot of talk about the games playing in Vegas. If you look at this run, it's been a run of three, I think, best case scenarios. Lakers win it the first year with LeBron. Like, wouldn't that be like the best case for it? The last year, the Bucks beat the Thunder, so the Thunder make it to the finals of the NBA Cup and then go and win the NBA title. And now you have a Knicks team that's very popular with the NBA's, future star and current star and everything, Victor Wembanyama, and it's still not getting buzz. Like they've hit on a lot of things with this tournament, and it still isn't getting people interested.
DB, you also work with the Gottlieb Show, and he's a big basketball guy, college coach. Like, Doug bleeds basketball. Is his sentiment that this is a big deal or sort of a fail?
We have hardly talked about it.
And what does that tell you, right? So
that's
it's
sort
interesting.
of the buzz. We're not hating on it.
No, from the very beginning.
That's just how it feels. Yeah,
from the very beginning of this, we thought it was €2.
Well, you know why, Danny? Because I think the reality is when the prize is the NBA Finals, I think it seems weird. Like, no fan bases be like, guess what? We won the cup. And that right there, like, proves it right there. Do you know, like, would anyone be stoked about that?
Nope.
No, it's like our Super Bowl broadcasting is media week leading up to the big game, February in San Francisco. That'd be like if I flew you guys to San Francisco right now, had you broadcast live and you celebrated afterwards. What a week. No, it's not the Super Bowl for us. It's just in the middle of the season. I know what they were trying to do, but this needs a lot more tweaking.
Well, hold on now. If you go to LeBron James's Wikipedia,
well, he embraced it.
Under like the accomplishments, at the very bottom, it does say NBA Cup champion and NBA Cup MVP. So,
but remember his sentiment back then? He wanted to do it for the young guys on the bench.
Yep.
Yeah.
He didn't care. And we could all tell that. And some of those guys aren't even, on the Lakers anymore. Maybe G League or out of the league. But this is not creating buzz. And I know that they're going to change locations next season, and they're going to try to keep toying with the international ideas that they have about this. But I just don't think that this is for the long run in America.
Listen, man,
it's not.
We can't say no, we're all guilty, right? If you're creative at all, if you work in the creative space, broadcasting, radio, TV, marketing, whatever you do for a living, if you're in any type of creative space, you're lying if you say you haven't thrown stuff against the wall that didn't stick. It just, the NBA is $1 billion brand. So when you throw something big against the wall and you're like, as Dan Beyer said, man, it could have gone better. Like year one, LeBron wins. Now we're into year 3 of it, and you got Wemby, who just beat OKC in the quarterfinals and the semi, right?
Yeah, imagine if this was an NBA Finals. That's the question I posed to Kerry Rhodes. Like, if you could take this, we were talking on Sunday about this, if you could take this matchup and say, this is your NBA Finals in June, would you take it?
It's a good one.
I think a lot of people would.
Of course, Wemby, the star young player, and the Knicks' #1 market. Like,
yes, absolutely. I think it would be a home run, and
Maybe
nobody
it'll
cares.
surprise you, though. Maybe it'll be great.
We'll see. Well, tonight that's up for your viewing pleasure, but I know Covino's going to be watching the finale of Beast and Me instead.
I'm really liking that show. It's on Netflix. No, I'm just thinking of other things that, like I remember in the world of boxing, they did the Super 6 World Boxing Classic, and Andre Ward was in that. I remember just watching how Carl Froth was in it. Carl Froth? Yeah, is that his name? But I just remember how much I enjoyed that, and I haven't seen it again since.
Well, they've do it the NBA.
Because I think people just don't like those tournament setups in sports. They're not, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right.
You know what? The NBA has toyed with different things. NBA All-Star Weekend. The NFL has toyed with different versions of the Pro Bowl ever since we realized that people don't really want to play full contact, and they went to, remember it was like the Manning brothers or captains, and it used to be in Hawaii, then they moved that. So there are constant little tweaks. I just think the NBA, unfortunately, for as successful as the organization has been, I don't know if anyone really cares. Your thoughts?
Carl Froch was the name I was reaching for, by the way.
Maybe no one cares. So we'll see the feedback.
Seems like nobody cares, man. Because look, what do people like? You're there picking up your kid every day. What do dads love to talk to Rich about? Sports, right or wrong? Has anyone brought it up to you?
They hear
when I go to the barbershop, you know what they want to talk to me about all the time? Sports.
It's almost annoying.
And
when people
it is.
When
I haven't had one person bring this up.
When the dads at school get wind that, like,
if that's the litmus test, then it's failing.
When dads at the school or like guys in the softball world I play in, when they get wind, like, oh wait, Covino and Rich, you then become like all they want to talk about is like, hey, what do you think about should I use this guy in fantasy or this guy? I'm like, I don't know. Call Dan Byer.
Yeah, that's where I refer Dan Byer.
You see my Lakers hat in driving around town. You see lots of even Laker flags on cars on the freeway still to this day. You see lots of Lakers jerseys. But have you ever seen an in-season tournament championship shirt?
Well, Christmas is still a week and a half away, Danny. Maybe I'll try to find one for you.
Are you saying you want a Lakers one?
No, I'm saying that
Danny?
I'm saying
Merry
that our
Christmas.
country doesn't care about in-season tournaments.
No,
we
it
care
seems
about
that way.
championships.
All right, well, speaking of basketball, Shaq Diesel trivia. We'll do that. We'll give away a prize coming up. And Dan Byer hit me up with a really funny story during the last break. It has to do with the Buffalo Bills. We talked a lot of Bills, a really wild story. So Buffalo Bills, some NFL, and we'll give away a prize next right here. Covino and Rich. Now, buddy.
Yeah.
Quick timeout. Holiday upgrade check. We're talking about the fight we're gonna watch on Friday and all the NFL we're gonna be watching.
I can't wait, man. Bros night.
You better make sure your TV's on point, bros night. You can't be having some weak-ass TV. You gotta tap into it with TCL, the QM8K QD Mini LED. That's the real MVP. Ultimate brightness, ultimate black levels, ultimate experience. Picture so clear you could taste the turf.
And it's not just football. It's the fight, like we said, or the in-season tournament tonight. Movies, however, look cinematic. Games feel smoother. And yes, everybody notices.
Here's the play. Holiday savings. TCL TVs go premium with the QM8K. That's the ultimate choice. Or the versatile QM6K, giving you that elevated game day experience.
Don't overthink it. Lock in the ultimate experiences with epic savings, undeniable bragging rights all season long. Get it while supplies last.
TCL.
TCL.
The official TV partner of the NFL. Find TCL at all major retailers. TCL, bigger, brighter, better holidays. Select models, limited time. See all major retailers for details.
TCL.
TCL. So my final thoughts on Diaz. I'm a big Mets fan. Sam, one last time before the music disgusts me, because it still doesn't bother me. It will bother me starting tomorrow. Coming into Dodger Stadium. Bo, you're going to love it. You're a Dodgers fan. You're going to love the Timmy Trumpets. You're going to love Diaz. He is an electric guy.
You know what it shows you, Rich, though? If you build it, they will come. We learned that in Field of Dreams, but I hate to quote the great Rich Davis, but you did say, It might have been on our Patreon earlier, but you did say it just proves you put a good product out there. People want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
People want to come. It goes back to just like the art of charm and the art of dating. If you're having a good time, people want to be a part of it.
That's the only like dating advice I thought was applicable of those, like, all those, like, I guess you would say what?
Neil Strauss, The Game.
Like the dating experts. If you're at a bar and you're just having a fun time, people want to.
Women will gravitate toward you.
They want to go to your fun.
People want to know what the fun's about. No,
Yeah.
it's true. And you know what? I've done this as an experiment just to joke around. Like, Spot and I were drunk and buzzing one day. We just started laughing, like, playing it up to see if people would catch on. And sure enough, girls like, what's so funny?
What's going on over
Hey,
here?
guys, what's going on? What happened?
True story.
If you're having fun and the Dodgers are having fun, they're winning. The fans are having fun. Superstars are there. You want to be a superstar. You want to be a part of it. You put out a good product. People want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on here, man. You got great weather. You got a great team that competes. And they have a greater chance of winning because Edwin Diaz is there.
He won
now.
2 in a row. Kike's hilarious. Teoscar seems like a good dude. Freddie and Mookie and all the second base hip flexors and Shohei. Why would you not want to be part of that?
It's also just more proof, too, that it's not all about money. Because Steve Cohen is just as wealthy as the Dodgers.
Yeah. Yep.
But you saw plenty of, Edwin Diaz's brother played for the Dodgers last year, and he told him how much fun he had here and how good the development was. And Diaz was pissed that the Mets fired the pitching coach out there. So it's never always about money.
And
It's not. This was not about money, no doubt. It's about lifestyle and winning.
You see what's going on out here, and then you see like, Soto and Lindor aren't getting along so great, and the Mets seem like they're desperately trying to make moves, and Diaz probably is like, you know what, I'm just gonna go live in the sunshine and have a way easier life.
Well, testament to the team they built too, because not only are they winning, they're winning with dudes that are not hateable guys. They're really likable guys. And that's coming from a Yankees fan. The Dodgers team is likable. These are fun characters. Who wouldn't want to hang with them?
But my assessment has been made. Remember you asked me last week, what do you think of Devin Williams, Rich, on the Mets? And I said, wow, amazing. If he's the setup guy to Edwin Diaz, if you're replacing Edwin Diaz with Devin Williams, I think it's a bunk-ass move. And in fact, when you think of the money, $6 million signing bonus.
Well, by the way, Edwin Diaz, for the record, 31 years old, and 3 years, $69 million. So he'll be 34.
So
the Mets offered him $66 million.
But keep in mind, I think the difference of talent. You might say, Devin Williams, he just had an off year. But if you're going to offer Diaz 3 years, 66, know what you gave Devin Williams? 3 years, 45, and a $6 million signing bonus, so essentially 51. What's a better deal? 3 years, 51 for Williams, or 3 years, 69 for Diaz?
Oh man, Williams stinks.
And so-
I don't like his confidence.
So
well, he
Bo-
doesn't stink. I say that respectfully. I just don't buy him in New York.
You, Bursch, Big Mike, all the Dodgers fans, I promise you're going to love Edwin Diaz. On nights where you're just watching a game and you're winning and you hear Timmy trumpets, it really is.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's fun.
It's electric. Man, it's gross.
Man,
it's gross
it's
how
gross.
likable and great the Dodgers are. But they built something, and you could hate on it or you could just respect it.
It's an awful day. It's an awful day if you're a Mets fan, and it's an awful day for Steve Cohen, David Stearns, who gets a reputation of being trying to get the most out of the dollar. If it really was, and they didn't take a counteroffer from the Mets, by the way. The Mets put an offer, Dodgers put an offer, he made a decision. If you had more money to spend, because the Mets said we would have came back higher. We should have came back higher to begin with. You lose your closer to the one team. If there's a team that the Mets need to outplay,
I know.
if they ever want to get there.
Because it wasn't, again, like Bo said, it wasn't about the money.
If you lost Edwin Diaz.
It was about the culture, the winning, and hey, LA's, the weather's great, guys. It really is. I wouldn't want to be back in New York. The only reason I'd want to be back on the East Coast is because my family's there.
If you told me the Mets lost Edwin Diaz to the Baltimore Orioles because they gave him 5 or 6 years, I'd say, I get it. He went after the money. Good move for him, right? But it was a lateral money move, which means he wasn't really that set on staying with the New York Mets.
Nope.
Congrats to the Dodgers. Love this song.
Happy holidays from your pals here at the Covino and Rich Show. We don't say Nick in here.
It's the holiday season.
You know what? People are annoyed by us. They're going to be doing that all night. And Iowa Sam's on the ones and twos. We got Danny G super producing. Looking for your phone calls now. 877-99 on Fox. Because we're going to play a game. Yeah, we got Spot on the videos. Dan Byers hanging out live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, like we said. And have you heard about trainer games? Add this to your binge list.
10 athletes go head-to-head for the chance to win an iFit trainer contract worth $250,000. $250,000.
Trainer games. Prime Video, January 8th. Watch the trailer on trainergames.com.
But right now, it is time for some Shaq Diesel trivia. Come on.
Whenever we say not to name drop, that means we're about to name drop.
I'll name drop.
Oh, my goodness.
Not only are CNR friends with Tyson and Mahomes,
hey, man,
they're also buddies with the Big Aristotle.
Hey, what's up? It's Big Shaq Diesel, a.k.a. Shaq Fu, a.k.a. Shaq Daddy, a.k.a. the Big Aristotle. Guess what? It's time to win some CNR prizes.
Time for some basketball trivia.
Shaq Diesel basketball trivia.
What'd he say?
I used to break bad boys, now I'm breaking records for FSR ratings.
Shaq Diesel basketball trivia.
Our FSR security walking broke Shaq Fu into the main studio.
Shaq, what's up, bud?
What up?
You look festive. Are you excited for the NBA Cup?
That's right. I wore my my Santa hat today. Yeah, very excited. Actually, I think Kazam is better than the NBA Cup. You guys, you know what? You should watch Kazam tonight.
All right, let's
Kazam more exciting.
Let's get to the contestants here. 11-time winner Rich Davis, right over there.
Let's go.
What's going on?
4-time winner Spotty Boy.
Hi, Shaq.
And
Shacky Claus.
15-time winner Dan Byer, right over there.
Hello.
Looking to win a CNR Nerf Turbo Ball on the studio lines. The judge in Kentucky was the first through.
Hey, what up, Judge? Call the judge, get some fudge.
What up?
What's up, Judge?
Man, I'm on Covino and Rich. This is great. How you guys doing?
What's up, man? Here we go. We're going to win a prize. I feel for you. Let's go.
Are you a real judge?
I was a judge for 10 years here in Louisville. I retired 8 years ago. I'm busy practicing law, and every day I get home from work, every evening give me a Coors Light and turn on Covino and Rich. It's a great way to wind down from the day.
I love
Nice.
it.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Here are the rules for Shaq Diesel Trivia. The first contestant with 2 correct answers is the champion. If there's a tie, we have a tiebreaker question. Your name is your buzzer, but you do have to wait until all 3 possible answers are read. If there's 2 wrong answers in a row, we move on to the next question. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Let's get it on.
All right. What former NBA player has the highest career free throw percentage?
Not you.
A. Mark Price. B. Steve Nash. Or C. Rick Barry.
Judge. Rick Barry.
No.
Good
Rich.
Rich for the steal.
My instinct before you even read the answer, Shaq, was Mark Price.
No, you're both losers.
Your instinct's wrong. Steve Nash shot over 90%.
Don't call the judge a loser.
Over 90% from the line, Steve Nash.
Yeah, Nash over 90%.
Man. Show me the receipts.
All right, nobody on the board yet. We moved to round 2.
All right, Shaq Diesel. Happy to be here. Happy holidays. Which player was the first to win 2 NBA Finals, 2 NBA Final MVP awards? A. Willis Reed. B. Will Chamberlain. Or C. Larry Bird.
Judge
trying to get on the board.
Wilt Chamberlain.
No.
No, man.
I like your style.
Going for it.
Dan
Byer.
What were the answers again?
A. Willis Reed.
Okay, I'll go Willis Reed.
You are correct, sir.
That's
Willis
right.
Reed.
1970, 1973 with the Knicks.
Dan Byer on the board as we move to round 3.
All right, round 3. By the way, do you think AJ, Jake Paul will go round 3?
You know what? I don't think so. We'll see.
What was our once quota saying about stats?
I'm having a fight night. You can bring your whole family, Shaq.
Sounds good. What was our once quota saying about stats?
Stats.
A. I stacked numbers like Pringles, so I never sweated the stats. B. The day I stopped worrying about stats is the day I started winning. Or C, Chuck's most amazing stat line was 9 trips to one Sizzler buffet, all clean plates. Sizzler.
Judge, you want to take a
9
guess or
trips.
what? I'm giving you a chance, Judge. I like your style.
All right, I'm going to say B.
You are correct.
Yeah,
Judge.
I like the judge.
How about that, man?
The
Here we
boy.
go.
The
I'm
day
one
I-
away, one away, one away, one away.
The day I stopped worrying about stats, the day I started winning.
All right, so Dan Byer and the judge both on the board as we go to round 4.
I will say, when Patrick Mahomes is here, his lines aren't believable. But that Barkley line, I totally
know.
can see Shaq saying something like that.
Well, what
Nine
is-
trips. 9 trips to 9 trips to one Sizzler buffet.
I believe that.
Yeah.
All clean plates.
All right, round 4, trying to break the tie
All
here.
right, round 4. Shaq Diesel. Who was the youngest NBA player to score 30,000 points in his career?
Ooh.
A, LeBron James. B, Kobe Bryant. Or C, Michael Jordan.
Hey, Judge.
Judge. You're saying
LeBron.
You're saying LeBron. You are a winner.
LeBron James. At 33. He was 33 years old.
Yeah.
Youngest NBA player to score 30,000 points in his career. Congratulations, Judge.
Well, thank you,
Thank
Shaq.
you.
Hey,
it's
Judge.
an honor to speak to you, Judge.
And remember,
Shaq.
watch Kazam this holiday season.
Hey, Judge, Merry Christmas, my friend.
Merry Christmas from Kentucky, boys. Have a good one.
Shaggy Claus.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I had to ask. I saw the headline and I heard the clip. Charles Barkley says, I don't care what Shaq's fat ass says. He's going to also give $100,000 to the Dickie V Foundation. You doing this all right?
I guess so.
Okay.
All right, guys, I got things to do. I got presents to deliver.
Okay.
Shaggy
Thank you,
Claus.
brother.
Thanks for stopping by, Shaq.
Ho,
Bye, Shaggy
ho.
Claus.
Ho, ho, ho. Happy holidays.
All right.
Later.
Later, Shaq.
Thank you, Shaq. And thank you, the judge in Kentucky. Let's go to DB for an update. Dan Byer. What's up, man?
Guys, let's start out in the NFL. Looking ahead to Week 16 with some huge matchups. It all starts Thursday with the Rams and Seahawks playing. Rams head coach Sean McVay saying today Devontae Adams could be a game-time decision because of his hamstring strain. The nightcap on Saturday is the Packers and Bears in Chicago. Packers running back Josh Jacobs didn't practice today. Neither did Bears wide receivers Rome Odunze or Luther Burden. Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel wouldn't commit to Tua Tagovailoa being their starting quarterback in Week 16 against the Bengals.
We're in the process of game planning for the Cincinnati Bengals, so we're trying to determine who will give us the best chance to win. I'll probably give you more clarity on that tomorrow.
McDaniel said that their quarterback play last night in Pittsburgh was not good enough.
Damn.
Buffalo Bills have signed kicker Michael Badgley to their practice squad. Badgley's going to be wearing number 32 for the Bills. Commanders placed wide receiver Noah Brown on injured reserve. Cardinals did the same with running back Bam Knight. Sesame Street helped raise all of us. Now it's our turn. Donate this holiday season at sesame.org because the world needs Sesame and Sesame needs you. For the second straight year, Indiana's Curt Cignetti was named the AP Coach of the Year in college football. He's the first coach to win the honor in consecutive years and just the fourth to win the honor on multiple occasions. Nick Saban was one of those four. Saban, by the way, has purchased the minority share of the NHL's Nashville Predators. Guys, back to you.
DB, I caught that fun little tidbit, and I wanna talk about that next. Signed to the Bills practice squad, correct?
Michael Badgley, yeah.
Yes. Could be activated because Matt Prater was injured. So they've had some injuries at the kicking spot this year. So Badgley donning number 32, according to
Now,
the Bills release.
Number 32 on the Bills.
Interessante.
Who's number 32 on the Bills? Danny G, a guy that we saw before he passed away on a Southwest flight.
With a huge head.
Giant noggin.
What's up, Juice? O.J. Simpson. Would you wear O.J. Simpson's uniform number if you were on the Buffalo Bills? Number 32? Is there some type of bad karma or bad feelings
It
there?
was not worn by anyone from 1977, OJ's last year, until 2019. Only two players have worn it since, so one player in 2019, one player in 2024. Not extensive use, just assigned to players, but now Badgley could be bringing it out.
Well,
Yeah,
I'd imagine.
what are the karma rules
Well,
here?
Before the alleged crime, well, he was sort of convicted of some stuff. But before OJ did all the doing, it was probably held because of retirement number purposes, and he was a legend. And then alleged murders happened, and then that sort of gets taken off the shelf. Now time has passed where some young kids probably like, yeah, number 32.
So, like, the Cowboys don't retire numbers, but number 88 is a cherished number if you're a wide receiver with the Cowboys. Like, so that's one of the ways that they can do it. Hey, if you're that next wide receiver, Michael Irvin, Des Bryant, now CeeDee Lamb.
Syracuse does that with 44.
Yeah,
Jim Brown.
Sure.
And
I think if you're a Bills player, you skip that number, just like elevators skip the number 13. Like,
I agree.
Skip 32.
Like how In-N-Out is skipping 6-7, order number 6-7.
I'm sure they gave him a bunch of different options, and I think Badgley's probably wanted to be like, yeah, give me 32.
Yeah.
But that to me is messing with karma.
Yeah, there's certain things you avoid.
But
Like,
it's not
all
the
right, let me
same way.
give
It's
you
not
an
the same
example.
way. Like you said, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Irvin, like 88's a legendary number
Yes.
in Dallas. What is it, 32 of you have murdering tendencies?
Yeah,
like that's
this
not
is it's a tainted number. That's why I think you stay away from it. What are the karma rules here? It's like, would you buy a home if someone was murdered there? Because it's a great deal. And you're like, yeah, but wouldn't you feel weird about
I
that?
even feel weird about
I think that happens all the time.
I mean,
it does happen all the time, but I
rest in
wouldn't do it.
peace, Rob Reiner. That house is going to be sold to some other rich person that's going to have to accept the fact that Rob Reiner's, him and his wife were murdered there.
Look, I feel weird when people die in a house and I don't know about it.
Yeah.
Do
you know Covino's neighbor said to him? Get this.
Dude,
listen.
I was in the elevator with some bobo, some bonehead, and he goes, "Hey, what's going on, neighbor?" I'm like, "Hey," and he goes, "Yeah, I used to be pretty friendly with the guy that lived at your place a few years back." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. Is he a good guy?" He's like, "Yeah, sort of tragic how he died on the patio." I was like, "Dude, you had to tell me that."
They didn't tell you that when you bought it?
No.
Don't they have to disclose
Now
that?
every time I see my dog, I see my dog barking out into the nothing. I'm like, "What are you barking at?"
I thought there was a law or a rule that if someone dies in the dwelling and you sell it, you have to disclose that.
I thought that too, and I think that is a rule. I did not know, or law or whatever.
Yeah.
I did not.
You didn't ask.
I didn't know this information. It wasn't disclosed. It wasn't like a tragedy.
The patio
of sorts.
is the gray area.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, maybe. Right? And the guy
Technically
saw
outside.
my reaction. He actually came to apologize to me later on. He's like, "Yeah, really sorry." I'm like, "Why would you even tell me that? Like, this is small talk, elevator talk, and you had to tell me that?"
We need like an hour to break this down.
Yeah, I'm like, geez, that's information I wish I didn't know.
You're talking about death and murder.
But again, that was just a death to my knowledge. Murder.
I would feel morally,
foreclosure.
I was going to say I would feel morally weird. I see people
morally weird.
I
yeah.
would feel people karma wise. People buy houses and cars and stuff that are repoed or foreclosed on. I almost feel like that's sort of like I don't know. Like I felt
You're
bad that
capitalizing off of someone's misfortune.
like someone's
right?
dream and misfortune
Right.
went away. So I'm going to scoop up their house. Like I even think that feels a little weird to me.
So would you wear the 32 because it's available? That's synonymous with OJ in the Bills. So Michael Badgley.
Well, hold on. What was Aaron
number
Hernandez?
32.
What was Aaron Hernandez? Was number what? 81. 81.
Yeah.
Has there been an 81?
He may have switched numbers, but I don't want to say for sure. I don't know. I'm not.
Interesting. All right. Well, you know what? Your thoughts about karma and OJ's number. We'll wrap with that. And any thoughts on Week 16 of the NFL? We get to it next right here. Covino and Rich.
OJ.
There's two other superstars in football and basketball that are toying around with the retirement idea. Let's talk football first, because Stephen A. went on this rant today saying, "I think Kelsey's going to retire after this season." No big stretch, because I believe it too. I was surprised he came back this season. And now they're what? 6-7, and they're out of it. What more to play for? The guy's done it all. You think he's going to come back for like the rebuilding of a Chiefs organization? The guy's on his way out. No one wants to be a detriment to their team either. And I'm not saying he is, but if they're going to look younger and build, and Mahomes needs some good receivers, young receivers, I don't know if Kelsey's in the mix. His priorities are different. Okay. He already has a career in broadcasting. He has a bride to be. You know, the future's bright for him elsewhere.
Hit me with option number 2.
So Kelsey, Again, Stephen A. talking about it today, and it's gone viral. Then the other one is LeBron, but hear me out, because people are saying he's got like one more year left. LeBron, it's season 23. That's his magic number, right? 23rd season. Let's say, and I would never wish this upon anybody, but I think teams like OKC would be in their way, right?
Do you mean they're the 23-1 OKC?
But let's say, and I would never wish this, Rich. I would never, ever wish this, but this is sports. Let's say someone on OKC gets hurt. Not wishing it on anybody. I'm knocking wood, in fact, right?
Yeah.
That opens up the lane even more for a Lakers team who's hot. They're playing good. They got young, they got veterans, they got old, they got everything.
Can't disagree.
Right? Let's say the Lakers win, and it's his 23rd season, magic number, last win, last hurrah. You don't think he retires? My question is, who's more likely to retire, a la Cejudo style, after this season, Kelsey or LeBron, if they win?
I have an obvious
I think LeBron's going to still play one more year.
I think the answer is obvious.
Kelsey?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? I thought for sure you would say.
And I'll explain.
Maybe it's not as obvious as I. Maybe we don't need that wrench of Lakers winning then.
I think LeBron's proven it all.
Okay.
And if there's no path to a championship, and there's teams that are in his way, like you said, the Lakers are a top, I would say 3 to 5 team in the NBA. The Lakers look good. It's fun to watch the Lakers.
Dude, Reeves putting up crazy numbers. They're comparing him to stat-wise to Kobe Bryant now.
I'm just saying they're
using the word superstar to describe Austin Reeves.
Exactly.
Now.
They've already sort of moved past LeBron being the centerpiece. That's Luka now.
Yeah. But a major piece still.
You know, Austin Reeves, and they may go after another big star if LeBron were to walk away. I think Travis Kelce, I'll look at it this way. You know when you have a lot in the future? I know recently you were like, in your mind, you're like, dude, I got my daughter's Sweet 16, then I got this. And when you have all these things on the horizon, right, you try to cram things in, and you don't. My point is this. He's getting married June 13th. They made the announcement, him and Taylor Swift, June 13th.
He's got a top 25 podcast making millions.
13, her little lucky number symbolic. So they're getting married. And then I bet you within a year, because, they're at the age, they have every resource possible, they're going to have a kid. And I bet you that he runs it back one more time. After the career he's had, I don't think you go out the one time you don't make the playoffs. I feel like it's like Tom Brady wouldn't want to go away. You remember Tom Brady, the last interception he threw for the Patriots? It's like, you're not going to go out like that.
I think he's not in Cypress Hill. He's on the Chiefs.
I'm not going out like that.
We ain't going out like that. We ain't going out. I think that gives him more reason to be like, it's over. Like, this run is over.
He has a very bright post-football career, but it's almost like once you stop, you're never going to go back, right? So if he has any desire to play one more time, where I think LeBron could, with all good conscience, I played with my son, I've won on 3 different teams. It's a good question. Your thoughts at 877-99 on Fox.
Well, you and I thought it was obvious, and you and I completely disagree.
Yeah,
I think if anyone's going to retire, it's Kelsey. And I think LeBron's got like one more year because when have he announced it already and taken in that farewell tour?
I'm looking at it from another angle. You're saying who's going to retire. I'm saying who would want to run it back more, and I think LeBron doesn't need to. Kelsey would not want to go out like this. Dan Byer, what say you? And let's get an update, man. What's up?
I'm not breaking a tie, but I am siding with Covino. I think Kelsey. I think it's at the end of the rope. Yes, and I think that LeBron, even with the Lakers' success this season, which has mostly been without him, that he wants that farewell tour that Covino mentioned, and I still think that there's an opportunity he would go and play elsewhere next year. To try to do it on his own terms.
Yeah, with LeBron, don't you think if it was his end, we would know it? I think so. You got to hear Rich hit this high note. Oh, my goodness. Rich hits this high note like nobody I know. We're Covino and Rich live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Now, Rich, as we head into a fight weekend.
I'm dreaming.
Oh, thank you. Terrence Crawford announced he's walking away from boxing at the age of 38. Crawford ends his career 42-0 and multiple world championships in 5 weight classes.
Well, what more does he have to prove? Terrence Bud Crawford, when he won that last fight
against Canelo,
convincingly.
I mean, to be the man, you got to beat the man. He did it. What else is there left to do? You're right, Rich.
I don't know.
Says, I'm stepping away from
Jake Paul's ass for like $20 million?
I'm stepping away from competition, not because I'm done fighting, but because I've won a different kind of battle. The one where you walk away on your own terms. Now, if he could stick to it, props to him. 42-0. Terrence Crawford.
If I'm Terrence Crawford, I take one more fight in like a year or so from now. And that's if there's still such thing as like...
Says he's done?
No, I'm saying if there's such thing as like the spectacle fight where a healthy, retired Terrence Crawford could fight like a Jake or Logan Paul and make tens of millions of dollars. Like that's easy money. I don't think he should ever train again to fight the likes of Canelo or a legitimate boxer of that magnitude. But if you're, that's why I don't blame these fighters when Jake Paul, who was he originally going to fight again? I'm already forgetting.
Jake Paul was originally going to fight Gervonta Davis.
Oh, Tank Davis. And then it got all sideways because of Tank's legal issues. When that got canceled, do you guys remember that Covino said there was a list of like 20 pro fighters that were chomping at the bit?
Yep.
Because they know they're going to make a ton of money. Why would you not want to do it? So
and it's prize fighting,
yeah,
right? They're doing it for the bag.
The prize.
But he's walking away. And speaking of fights, we'll be talking more about this Friday night's fight. And we'll be talking about Shakur and Teofimo and more on Overpromise. That's our bonus podcast tomorrow with Two-Tone the Superstar. He's a boxing analyst joining our show tomorrow. That's after our regularly scheduled program and Mike's Wednesday Words of Wisdom here on the show.
I got a question for you.
I got a question for you.
Oh, please go ahead.
What are the karma rules, man? Would you wear number 32 if you were a Bill? That's one you skip on. That's OJ's number. Do you capitalize on people's misfortune? Do you believe in that sort of karma stuff? You mentioned buying storage units from people that didn't have the money to pay for it. There's a very popular story out there right now where some guy bought a storage unit and it was all of Travis Kelce's stuff. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And he wasn't going to play that karma rule. He's like, yo, I'm reaching out to Travis first if he wants all of his stuff. And, dude, it was very personal stuff. Like all of his, like, football accolades and jerseys and videos. And he's like, if he doesn't want it, then I'll sell it.
I mean, he could play dirty because he is marrying a billionaire. So, I mean, that guy is being very kind.
He hit the jackpot. He has all of Travis Kelce's personal items. So you capitalize off this
capitalizing
stuff.
off of someone else's misfortune.
Karma rules.
Or, like I said, the idea of wearing OJ's number, that just feels weird, right? Like, I don't know. Doesn't sit right with me.
Same. I would say you skip that one. I don't blame Michael Badgley. I think the Bills should take that off the table. Because everyone sees it thinks,
or if you're backup,
OJ.
if you're a practice squad kicker, it is a cool way to get some social media buzz going real quick. Like no one cares about Michael Badgley until all of a sudden, he's wearing OJ's number. So if you're an attention,
right?
if you're
people
an attention guy,
people were murdered though, Rich.
Yeah,
I think you skip on that.
By the way, the Patriots player who wore number 81 after Aaron Hernandez was Tim Wright. He was acquired from the Tampa Bay Bucks and made his Patriots debut wearing that number.
I think it was wrong. So that's my thoughts on that, and we'll take the rest of your thoughts at Covino and Rich at Fox Sports Radio. But remember, tomorrow's show, Wednesday Words of Wisdom, midweek major, and then we'll talk boxing on Overpromise right after the show.
Can't wait. Looking forward to it. And guys, have a great night. NBA Cup tonight, if you're interested. Spurs and Knicks. And Covino, I know you and I both are up to the same point. The finale of The Beast in Me.
Yeah, I'll be watching Claire Danes' show on Netflix.
It's a good one. All right, enjoy. Until then. Arrivederci, baby.
See you in the promised land.
Oh, Christmas.